Yes, yes. How you doing, everybody? Damn, there's two of them. Why is there two of them? Say something, Elvin.
You,
Something.
you, something.
Let me see. All right. I don't know. It sounds a little bit squeaky. I don't know if it's my end or.
It's definitely not me.
You sure about that, bud?
Yeah, you got the fucking OBS station where all the inputs are plugged into.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
good.
The only person with feedback is gonna be you. I got one connection, baby. It's all wireless, no feedback.
Got one connection, baby, and I'm gonna make it work. What's going on? Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Marcos Alonzo, and once again, I am joined by the very talented, funny guy, Elvin Tejada, my
That's me. Thank
cousin.
you.
Hey,
How
what's
you
going
doing,
on,
y'all?
man? Listen, and I have to say, I'm very proud of you, Elvin. You know why? Elvin has grown the best man mustache that I
Yeah,
have seen in a really long time. And let me tell you, in our teens, I remember Elvin had peach fuzz, man, for a really long time.
yeah. I've been sporting this mustache for almost 20 years now.
Dude, how did you? What do you put in it? Do you like buy
Nothing.
stuff? I have I
I
have
just,
I have like
you know,
creams and stuff that
you
fill
know what
my
I
beard.
noticed? You know what I noticed from growing out facial hair and trying different shit is that certain people have like good hair or ripe hair follicles for grow a great looking beard. I don't have that. I keep trying. It's always like shit. And even everything I do. And then certain people, they just, you can grow stacks. Some people grow mustaches and they look like too thin and creepy,
You're
or
right.
or too wispy. And the same goes for the beard. So sometimes not everyone can grow a good beard. Sometimes it gets patchy and it's like all like, peach fuzz, and it's just little loose strands of hair. That's how the mustache is. So I'm able to grow. Thankfully, that's the only thing I can grow good on my face is a mustache. I remember I went to Burning Man one year in 2014, and I had this French guy just randomly out of nowhere. I had the mustache then too, the same mustache, exactly the way you see it. And he walks up to me in the middle of the desert in Burning Man. He goes, "That is, excuse me, that is the most beautiful mustache I have ever seen. It's beautiful, beautiful." And like he didn't say it like over and over again like that. He was like, "That is the most beautiful mustache I've ever seen. Beautiful mustache." I'm like, "Thank you." All right, it wasn't weird at all, but he was just like fascinated, like
you
looking at it and shit. So
you know what you sounded like right there? You ever watched
like,
the Django? You watched the Django?
yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Uh, where he first when the Django and the German bounty hunter first meet Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio's has a Mandingo fight going on, right? And the guy that he was the it was Leonardo DiCaprio's character
Uh huh.
versus like a French guy, right? And the French guy had his fighter, and Leonardo DiCaprio had his fighter. So at the end of the fight, he walks up to the bar, and Django's at the bar, and he's like, "What kind of name is Django?" He's like, "The D is silent." He's like, "Yeah, I know." He just takes his drink and walk away. That's what that reminded me of right now when you
Okay.
was like, "You're like nice mustache."
Well, anyway, here's the old mustache. Here's the old
Oh
picture.
shit!
This was like maybe 10 years ago. Or no, I mean less than 10 years. It was 7 years ago. Let's say.
That's a little. It's like a little missing in the middle, right? You had that hair. Was it purposely done?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That's just the way my hair grew in. I guess
Oh,
because I would let my grow, the beard, me letting my beard grow, let more hair follicles come out. When you let your
mm.
hair grow, new follicles come out. So that's what happened. I guess I've been growing the beard for the past few years, like
Yeah.
every winter, and I guess it filled in that empty gap. that I had before. I didn't even notice that until you just pointed it out, but that's what it is.
Well, very exceptional, sir.
Yeah.
Very
Thank
exceptional.
you.
You look like you belong in a Boston Lager commercial.
Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I can get that job. Need the money.
Yeah, man. Fucking. Yeah, we were supposed to come on and do podcasts Monday, but I've been super tired. I started doing one meal a day, fasting,
Yep.
and it's good once you get it going. But man, it's hard to get it going, bro.
What do you have to eat? It's like one fucking meal a day. I mean, it's got to be a big meal if you're gonna that's all you're eating all day.
Well, what I do is I also I do keto, kind of like carnivore. So I just eat, I eat meat and veggies. That's it. That one
I would
meal.
double down on that shit. You're gonna have a high calorie intake, fatty fucking breakfast, and that's it. Like fat. I wouldn't eat shit for the rest of the day.
I like to eat at night. I like to have my
Like
meal like at 8 o'clock at night.
fucking 4 omelets, a pound of bacon, and fucking and some fucking juice.
Bacon. Bacon's good for me. Remember that fat
And some
kid?
pancakes. No.
You don't remember that little kid?
From where? I don't know what you're talking
It was
about.
one of those shows on like fucking Lifetime or one of them shits where they
I don't fucking
they
watch anything
swap-
close to
they
Lifetime.
swap-
I'm not watching
no
movie
no
of the
no no
Lifetime movie
no
of
no
the
no no
week.
no 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 no. But this became like an internet meme or whatever.
Nah, I don't keep
viral
track
video.
of those things. Yeah.
This show where they swap wives, right?
Oh, Wife Swap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That show. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
then
what I
like the
say.
wife takes over the family.
Yeah. I know the show. Oh, right. Yeah. Go ahead and fill in other
Yeah.
people if they don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, this one kid, the mother who took over her family was like, "Oh, you guys gonna have to eat healthy," and she started throwing shit away from the fridge, and she threw the bacon away, and this little white kid was like, "No, you can't throw away my bacon. My bacon's good for me." He even packed.
Was he talk like that? Was it a black family and a white mom coming in? It's like, nah, you can't eat all this
It was a black mom and a white family, the opposite.
That's
He's like,
hilarious.
yeah.
That's a double switcheroo right there.
He's like, my bacon's good for me.
That's not the one when people mention White Swap. That's not the one that people talk about. The one that people talk about is the real viral one where they send the fucking Christian mom, the evangelical Christian mom, to live with a new age hippie family. That's the biggest one.
Yeah?
That's the one that fucking took the whole world by storm. Bro, that's the viral one. That's the viral one.
Oh,
it was
shit.
so good. They said it as the very first episode of Wife Swap, and that shit fucking killed in the ratings. It's a meme to this day. Evangelical Christian Wife Swap. It was a fucking huge meme.
Yeah.
So that's the one I thought you were going to talk about. I didn't even, when you said viral, that's a big one. That shit's hilarious.
I gotta check that one out. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, she thought they were all demons. The evangelical family are fucking demons. They're evil. You're all heathens. This is evil. They're like showing her healing crystals and all this other shit. She's like, this is evil. I wanted it. I want this out. Want it out of the house. She fucking flipped out. She went crazy. She went from like, if it was 0 to 10, she was at 20. She went batshit crazy. That's why the video of her freaking out, trended for so long.
Wow. Yeah,
She couldn't take it. She was about to explode, seeing all these new age, new age spiritual beliefs, and this family that just lives by that.
Yeah, those shows, man, they caught fire, like that one and Hoarders. Yeah. Man, there's so many disgusting people on that show.
It's upsetting. I can't watch. I mean, I can't watch Hoarders for fun. It's just not fun. Just you're just angry at the people all the time, collecting all that shit. They just won't stop it. Like they refuse to let go of anything. Like there's like a fucking house with stacks of shit in every room, and they're like, no. You can't take any of this. Maybe this is one thing, but you can't take the bulk of it.
No, and they're like, oh, no, no, I want to keep this. And it's like,
That's what I
okay,
mean. It's always, yeah, they want to keep the fucking insignificant shit they got around. It's like as seen on TV, unopened box fucking product they got like at a fucking Walmart. And it's like, no, I need this. This is important. No, I want to keep this.
Yeah, yeah. This was. I found this one day. I'm gonna use this.
Yeah, but it's in the box. You've never used it. There's proof that you've never used it, and that you probably will never use it. You know.
The worst are the people who are hoarders, but they also, oh man, there's some that they can't even use their toilets anymore, and like they're shitting.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, they're shitting on top of garbage.
Shitting in buckets and
they're
shit.
shitting. There's just like a fucking stack of Popular Science magazines sitting on top of the toilet. It's just shit everywhere. Shit falling on top of shit. You know, it's these people. They're like a danger to themselves. The fucking cats. Most of them have cats. Like 12 cats running around. They don't know how many are alive. It's just you just hear them meowing all over the house and shit.
You find one of them dead.
Dead, yeah. When they empty out the house, yeah. There's like a cat skeleton.
Yeah.
In the fucking basement and shit. Oh my god!
Oh, I thought he ran away.
Yeah, I thought he ran away. He usually comes back, but he did it this time. Like, yeah, that's just anger inducing. Like, I mean, you can watch that like a few times and you're like, all right, this is crazy. I've never seen nothing like this before. But after that, yeah, it's the same shit. That same episode.
Well,
every show.
Well, what about my the other show, my 600-pound life?
Well, that's great because it's just a fucking carnival attraction. It's like a sideshow. It's like TLC. They took everything from a fucking sideshow, from a 1940s sideshow, and made that their programming block.
Yeah.
Everything. The 600-pound life, the freakishly small family, the dude who can't get laid he can't get laid so badly that he has to fucking pay for a wife to come over, from another country. The 90-Day Fiance. It's all the freak show shit, man. It's like
the 90
all of it.
The 90-Day Fiance. I've never actually got to watch it. I just watched the memes that have come out of it.
I watch every single season of that show. That's the only show that I watch on regular TV.
Oh, so
single season.
You watched the guy with no neck, right?
Yeah, that was the fucking 2 seasons ago. Yeah, that dude fucking made me cringe so hard. He is genuinely just awkward and like really just like bad with women, and he has no self-awareness, like zero. Like, it's rare to find someone with like the lack of self-awareness that this guy has.
Dude, and there's nothing he can do. Like,
he's got his own show now coming out.
No, listen, he's making money off of it. We're laughing at him, but he's the one laughing because he's fucking making money off of it.
They're ripping him off too. It's these networks, they're not paying these people millions of dollars now. They're giving them their own show, but they know these people are not in a position to really like make demands. So he's not a millionaire. He's not banking millions off of them.
That's
or
true.
Maybe not as much as you think. He's not getting paid like with an actual union fucking talent is getting paid. He's not union. He's not talent. He's just a reality show, freak show.
Yeah, that's true. So they don't their reality. They don't have to be part of SAG, right?
Well, I worked on America's Got Talent in some of those reality shows, and you'll see how bad they treat non-union people, bro. They treat you like shit, and they make you do all the work. So yeah, they love non-union. They love non-union. That's why reality shows are so popular. I worked fucking 21 hours on the stupid America's Got Talent show. Barely got compensated. Like 21 hours straight. Maybe like a 2-hour break in between, but 21 hours fucking handling all those people, all those crowds, fucking, setting up the stages, breaking down the stages. These are big ass stages, bro. Sound equipment, audio equipment, all that shit, That's just like thousands of pounds of equipment, all that shit.
So the entertainment business be fucking using non-union people like to rape them.
Well, yeah, the reality shows, all reality shows, they do it. Even the actors, like America's Got Talent and other shows, they hire actors, because they need something entertaining. So they hire actors, but non-union actors, to come in and pretend like they're auditioning, so they can pretend to be the goofy auditioner. Yeah. So my job, I got a lot of jobs. So one of my jobs, though, was escorting these people pass everyone straight to the producers so they can get to be seen because they are from an agency or they're still not like they're not union, they're non-union actors and all that shit. So I would walk, I take them straight past everyone else and into the producer's office and get them ready, to be seen and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, so all those shows, they do the same thing. We hire actors. They hire actors,
You learn something new. I never knew that.
Most people don't know that shit, but once you work on one of those shows, you'll see that they do. They rely on it a lot. Like everyone that was bad on American Idol, they're all actors with agencies, with talent agencies behind them and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, people think it's just, these are the people that they're seeing. But these people are so bad, it's almost too good to be true. So that's why.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smart, though. It's show business. It's entertainment. You got to guarantee some sort of entertainment every episode. So you gotta rely on actors.
It's true.
Even for reality. That's why reality isn't really reality. It's all scripted.
It's scripted reality. Reality, yeah.
But all those reality shows, they'll be like, cut. All right, after this thing happened, we need you to do that again. But do it differently, like how we tell you. And then they do takes. They do takes on reality shows. Just like a film. When film is like, you're doing 12 to 20, 30, 40 takes or whatever, depending on how big of a production. They do takes on reality shows too.
Well, I would have to say the best reality show that I enjoyed and I learned a lot from was The First 48.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
I learned a lot about The First 48. And if you watch The First 48, out of 100 episodes, if 98 guys would have just kept their mouth shut, they would have never gotten arrested.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just logic, man.
But you see, but that's where you're wrong.
I never seen that show, and I already knew that. Is what I'm saying. There's plenty of people that know.
Yeah, but if you watch the show, the police, the detectives, they're so convincing that they make you think that they're there to help
that you're guilty or that you're guilty and shit. And get you
no, they make you
fake
think.
Admission.
They make you think they're there to help you.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop. I mean,
they think they're there to help you. That they'll talk to the DA. That they know. They even lie. They even lie, bro.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, there's plenty of high-profile cases where they coerce people into admitting an innocent person into admitting they committed a murder, and they use that for the trial evidence and all that stuff. That's pretty well known. I mean, like the people that they bust usually don't know. Usually poor, uneducated, don't know any better. They live in the crime-ridden neighborhood. They're just trying to keep alive or whatever. They're young and they're kids. They don't know.
That's why people, when they say you have the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. They're telling you right then and there what's up.
Yeah, you lawyer up. Everybody lawyer up first before you say anything stupid.
Damn, look. It's another edible that I have.
It's a chocolate? How many milligrams is it?
No. It's not chocolate. These are the gummies, man. But
how many milligrams per gummy?
70.
Per gummy? Yeah, see, this is why I don't like buying shit on the street. It's just like you go to a place, that's too much. If you go to
it's a lot. I have to take like little pieces of it.
Yeah, that's too much. When you go to a weed dispensary in Colorado or even in Boston or in California, you're gonna choose. They're gonna give you simpler fucking things to choose from, like anything from 5 to 10 milligrams to 20 to 30. They don't even sell 200. A lot of these dispensaries, they don't sell high dosage edibles because of the.
Yeah, you should be able to control it. Take one, take two, see how you feel.
Yeah, but these places where it's legal, they already know the customer base. They're being professional about it. They don't want people to come, complain about the stores that they got an overpowered product and this and that. So they keep it relatively low dosage, and you have like a whole bunch of different offerings. You take a load like 10 milligram THC, you're just good. You're just relaxed. This is nothing. You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like you can't even tell you're hot until you take a few more or whatever, But I like that. I don't like that that heavy dosage shit. Where you're just like completely fucked for the next 8 hours. I like to control.
Yeah, and that's
be in
the
control.
problem. That's the problem, man. That those heavy doses is hard to be in control. Even look at the edible that I gave you, bro. That shit is ridiculous. 250 milligrams for
Yeah.
one Oreo cookie.
Yeah, I mean, I had something similar. Lou or someone had a 300 milligram gummy. It's a big gummy though. It was like this big, but still, it's just too full. We ate like probably like less than half each, and we were so fucked up that we couldn't move. I couldn't move from the sofa. Lewis is passed out. I mean that I like to be in control at least a little bit with this shit because it just does get out of hand.
Well, my thing is I don't like the anxiety.
Yeah, you get anxiety and all that stuff, so it's even worse for you because that's just going to turn into a fucking traumatic experience if it gets bad, and you like laying on your back. I was like, oh, it's going to be over soon. It's going to be over.
I can't even lay. I can't even lay on my back.
Breathe. Oh, you can't lay on your back.
I have to sit. No, I have to like sit.
You have to sit full of stress?
Yeah, I have to sit.
Do I sit over?
And
Do I hunch
breathe,
over? Do I sit back?
and
No,
just
I
be
don't want to
doing.
fall. I don't want to slip in a coma.
Yeah, and like do like box breathing, anxiety breathing, and try to like.
God damn, that sounds
horrible,
terrible,
man. It's horrible.
Me, if I have like a bad acid trip or something, I just lay on my back and I do breathing exercises until it's over in 10 minutes, and then the nightmares are gone.
Bro,
I've
this
had
shit ain't
bad
no
acid
10
trips.
minutes. This ain't no 10 minutes. This be lasting like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's a fucking problem. That's terrible,
man. See, the weed,
That's
I can
terrible.
control it. I can control it by smoking. I can control it. I know already. Okay, I feel a little buzz. Turn it off. But the fucking Oreo hits you. That's another thing about the Oreo. It hits you later on. It don't hit you right then and there.
No, well, I mean, all edibles is going to take an hour or so. Some of them faster than others. It depends, but it's going to be. You're going to get most of what you're going to feel in the next hour. But my problem is the edibles too. If you go too strong, like I said, the next day you can feel high, like me. You can go to sleep high and wake up high until fucking noon or more the next day. And especially you're sensitive like me. I'm kind of sensitive to after effects and all that shit. I can feel everything. So I can, that shit, it does probably like stay. I probably did stay high for like almost 2 days.
Well, it gives me a hangover. Like
to me, the hangover is high.
I wake up groggy. Like,
yeah.
Have to jump in the shower and be like, eat something, and then I'll start feeling like a little better.
No, I get all that. I get the grogginess, all that stuff. But even after I eat, or after I go out and do something to see daylight or whatever, I still feel it. I still feel like I'm high. I didn't even want to get on the highway. I was driving the next day and I was feeling so high. I didn't want to get on the highway because it's just like I'm back to driving again after 14 years, and then I'm high, and then my reaction time is slow. So I'm like,
driving high.
I don't want to risk it. It's my reaction times.
Driving high is you gotta practice that. You can't just do it like.
Yeah, you can. I used to do it all the time. I mean, you can, but maybe not when you're after.
But that's what I'm saying.
You
see how you said you used to do it all the time is because you used to do it all the time. But
I used to also drink and drive all the time. Doesn't mean I did it good.
You never crashed.
Yeah, so I was kissing the ground fucking many nights. But stupid in hindsight. You shouldn't do anything while you're drunk or high. Honestly.
Yes. Well, I drive high.
You shouldn't be doing anything because it's going to impair you. Regardless, you think it won't, but it will. If you went under like a real stress test to see how fast your reaction times were, it's going to decline when you're on fucking high on weed for sure.
When I smoke and drive, I actually drive more careful.
Safer. I've heard that bullshit. Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm actually slower.
Not if you're in an accident or car wreck where you have to react so fast to save your fucking life in a split second. No, if you don't have that reaction, if your reaction times, aren't fast enough, you're dead. And that split second makes all the difference in the world. And if you're inebriated, if you're high on weed or anything else, it's going to slow that reaction time down.
Yo, have you heard about all this shit that's going on with Cuomo right now?
Yeah, I've been reading about this shit since March and fucking wondering why no one reported it for like almost 8-9 months. No one's reported this shit.
But what has he exactly done?
The first big thing is the thing is the media is being very vague about this, especially like CNN, especially they have his brother and shit. They're failing to mention the big fuck up. They're talking about now, like, him covering it up.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about the big fuck up in March. The big fuck up was that possibly up to 30,000 plus thousand, were sent from the hospitals infected with COVID back to the nursing homes and infected all of these people and killed all of these people. So all of these people died because of a screw up, I guess, at some state agency where they sent all these infected people from the nursing homes back to the nursing homes with COVID without properly, just letting them do the 2-week stay and let it run it out their system. They sent them back if they thought they were healthy enough. And I don't know how that happened.
I don't know, but this is the thing I don't understand. How is it his fault?
Because his agency, he's in charge of the agencies that make these decisions, and he hid it. And he chose to the fact, instead of letting the public know.
No, he hid the deaths. Yes, he hid the deaths. But I'm saying about just because their kids decided to dump them off in a nursing home, private nursing homes who make millions of dollars, okay?
Uh-huh.
Why is it his responsibility?
I got to tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Why is it his responsibility? First off, these nursing homes would be liable, and we'd be pointing the finger at them if Governor Cuomo didn't sign a bill that would give them full immunity from the deaths.
Oh, really?
All right, so just him, and guess who's donated to his campaign, to his last campaign? Almost $1 million, hundreds of thousands of dollars. The nursing home industry. He's got donations from nursing home industry lobbyists and shit, and he even passed a bill that would, Drew Albany, that would give them full immunity from any of the deaths, so protect them from all lawsuits. He gave them full protection, and because he's involved.
Wow.
And his agencies, he was in charge of, were involved, and they decided to hide the information after 8 or 9 months when they could have disclosed it to the public right away and acknowledged the mistake. Instead, they did 8 months of hiding, and then Cuomo and his people and his administration are threatening other people, whistleblowers, threatening their lives and shit like that, threatening other politicians. There's a councilman from Queens who claims that Cuomo's people is threatening to ruin his life if they came out with that information.
What?
And there's other people that worked with Cuomo, I guess, that haven't worked well with Cuomo, that say he is like a mafioso type. Like, he does make threats, he does intimidate people, and he even got the nickname of Donald Trump, the Democratic Donald Trump in New York. He has that reputation. Hold on, Marcos. He is the Democratic Trump.
Holy shit.
He just makes all kinds of hyperbolic statements, he's a big mouth, loud mouth. He's an old school guy. He thinks, he runs politics. He does his politics like old school politicians do, by threatening and making heavy-handed statements, and just looking good in front of the camera for the media.
Wow. I never knew that about him, but
Cuomo is might possibly not get a second term. He might just be pushed out of the Democratic Party.
And this couldn't come at the worst time because he was just about to legalize marijuana and
But even if he does it, he's gonna still pass the bill. Maybe he might not have enough support, but it doesn't matter because the state has to legalize it at some point. It has to, because there's no choice. Why? Because all the surrounding states, it's illegal. I mean, it's legal.
Connecticut's legal, right?
Connecticut, I think they had some decriminalization bill. It's decriminalization.
I know Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is legal. New Jersey's legal. Rhode Island is legal. Basically, all of the money that New York would have gotten is going to be going to those states. So New York has no choice. But even if they're against the next politician that comes up, even if they're against, even if everyone in Albany is against it, they have no choice. They are missing on billions of dollars, potential billions of dollars in tax revenue. They have to pass a bill. There's no choice.
They better
have to pass a bill
it.
to. Well, it's not they better. They don't give a shit about you and me. They care about the billions of dollars in lost revenue. That's especially
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to say because of the COVID, dude.
Well, it's not. I'm
Alvin,
just saying.
listen,
Yeah.
I remember in the beginning of the COVID, like maybe a month into quarantining. I don't know if you remember if you remember me saying this, but I called the Governor Cuomo's office and I left a long voicemail about how they should they take the opportunity now to legalize marijuana.
They've been talking about it for
dollars.
years already. This started with Cuomo 2 years ago. He passed a bill.
Yeah.
He put a bill through Albany that got rejected. No, recreational. He passed it 2 years ago. He tried to push it through the Senate, but it got blocked because of, there's people like in the black community and Hispanic communities that blocked it because there wasn't any money being diverted from, the tax dollars, from the tax revenue into those communities that were disproportionately affected, and it wouldn't give them a head start into, the recreational business. So that's why it got rejected by Albany. And then he tried again. This is the second time he's pushing the bill through. That's going to be probably in a month or so. It's going to go through Albany. It'll probably get support regardless because it just doesn't matter. It's just not a Cuomo problem. It's not. This is a much bigger problem. It has to be legalized. The state has to recover money. It's a money issue. It's money. And California just made close to $1 billion last year on tax dollars, close to $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's already booming, and in Colorado too, they're both in the hundreds of millions, close to $1 billion in tax revenue. So every politician in the country, every governor's drooling for this money. So and because of the economy is going to tank and everything's not looking good in the future, you can almost guarantee that it's going to be legal in most states by the end of the decade.
And listen, President, and I don't know what the hell's going on with the fucking Democrats, man. And the
Democrats, same old Democratic Party. It's nothing changed.
They technically have the majority in the fucking Senate, but they agreed to still stand behind the filibuster instead of being like, fuck this.
Because they want to fucking use the filibuster. Nothing's changed within the Democratic Party. Still the establishment party. Still, the establishment people in the party still running the party, and they're still trying to push out the Bernie-crats. They're still trying to push them out. No, not Republicans. No,
they're blue.
Democrats.
No, I'm saying they're blue. They're blue Republicans. That's what they are. The
neoliberals and shit of the party. But they're still, now that Biden's in, they're at the top. Even though Bernie's like Department of Treasury, they are pushing a lot of those candidates away that ran off of Bernie's, policies and shit like that. They're still pushing those people away. So same old Democratic Party bullshit. Fucking, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Same old two-party system. So, until shit really goes to shit, you're not going to really see any real changes. I'm talking about like the fucking country's got to be just like fall apart and just fucking go through civil war before we see any real changes.
Yeah, it's true. Nothing. It's too big of a machine on both sides.
That's what I mean.
Too big.
You would have to. First of all, it's too deep. It's already too deep. You have super PACs. In the past 20 years, you have super PACs. You have lobbyists.
The conservative movement has been building up steam for like 40 years, bro. Since the 80s, the Christian conservative movement, they've been packing the courts with their judges, with their nominees. They like get them from law school.
Yeah.
And they like groom them.
Right.
And like, the on our side, they ain't doing shit. They're like
they don't need to do shit. They don't have to like groom some fucking specialized Jesus weirdo. to fucking
But they're doing it.
most people don't. I mean, you don't. There's no equivalent to that in the Democratic Party. There is no
Yeah.
recruiting. It's just normal people. And on the conservative side, half of those are fucking crazy religious people that are just live their lives word for word what they read in the Bible. That is
True.
that is not the majority of the country. And those are the fucking,
It's not the majority, but it sure does feel like it.
Yeah, well, there's a special group. So Christianity, like all religions, is a special group. They recruit from within, all that stuff. There's no religion on the Democratic Party, so there's no equivalent to that. There's no secret organization like that, unless you fucking count Jeffrey Epstein and his child molestation ring,
the Wayfair,
his pedophile ring. Yeah, there you go. That's the Democratic. Yeah, that's the Democratic fucking religious party movement or whatever, the secret membership group. So Christians, everyone in every religion. You go to temple, Jews are giving out like jobs and doing business deals in temple. Same shit goes with Christians and shit like that, and in politics and all that stuff. They're being given positions of power and shit. Mm-hmm. We just need to start our own religion. On the left needs to start its own religion.
It's true.
That's what needs to happen. Start our own religion, our own organization.
Progressivism.
Well, progressivism is kind of it is based off of Christianity, so technically it's Christianity. Liberalism is based off of Christianity without the religion.
Well, would you consider yourself a progressive?
Yeah, I mean, I'm progressive definitely as far as like policies go, but I'm not a Democratic voter. I'm an independent.
I know.
I've been an independent for a long time. I don't.
Yeah, you've been independent. You've been independent since the Ron Paul days. I remember.
Independent. No, I've been independent. Well, I switched to the Democratic Party to vote for Bernie during the DNC.
Yeah.
That's the only other time. But after that whole debacle, I switched back to independent.
After they jerked them twice.
Yeah. There's nobody that I don't hate every politician or every idea from the Republican Party. There's quite the contrary. There's some Republican stuff I do agree
There's
with.
some stuff.
There's some stuff, and then there's more stuff, of course.
They're not true.
They're
not true. But you know what it is? They're the problem with them is that it's not their word isn't true because let's say for example, being physically conservative, right? They're like, oh no, we can't spend money on social programs. But what? Oh, Lockheed. Oh, yes. Here, give them $100 billion contract for this.
Yeah.
That's
there's no consistency in the ideology, and most of them end up being hypocrites because those people are in the fucking corporate lobby. They're in the pockets of corporate lobby. So these people are pretending to be something that they're not, but they're making money off of lobbyists. So they're doing the bidding of lobbyists. Those aren't real fiscal conservatives. There's still real fiscal conservatives out there who don't believe in any of the Trumpisms or type of extreme part of the party. There's plenty of reasonable fiscally conservative Republicans out there with good plans and good policies. It's just we don't see them on TV because Fox ain't airing them, and CNN isn't either because they don't want to hear from conservatives.
Yeah.
So there are those people do exist. It's just they don't get the spotlight. The only way you get a spotlight in American politics these days, if you say one hyperbolic thing or another, it'll get you on Fox News. It'll get you on MSNBC or CNBC if you got something outrageous to say. It's just and the media is involved in all this shit too. There is no middle. Everything is either extreme right or extreme left. There's no middle ground.
No, and we're living in different times because it's been the past 10 years, but they passed that law. I think it's called Citizens United. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Citizens United, I've heard of it. Is that a voting rights act?
Yeah, that's where it said is that one person or one company, a company is a person basically. And
okay, so that's not the Voting Rights Act. That's old. That's from the 50s.
No. This just passed in 2010. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
I thought it was older than that, but you're probably right. I'm sure you're right.
Citizens United. There we go. Citizens. What is Citizens United? It
I thought
says,
Citizens United was a voting rights act.
look, 2010 was a landmark decision of the United States Supreme Court concerning campaign finance. It was argued in
That's what it
2009
was.
and
Yeah.
decided 2010 that a court held the free speech cause First
As
Amendment
money. Uh-huh.
prohibits government from restricting independent expenditures for political communications by corporations, including nonprofit corporations, labor unions, and other associations.
Right. So that's different than what you initially said. So the Citizens United basically counts money as free speech and protected under the First Amendment.
Yeah.
The corporation being seen as a person has been like that since the 50s, since they changed the corporate law. Like in the 40s or 50s, that, a corporation is a person and not a corporation, not a company, not not like a bank or anything like that. It's a person.
Yeah, how the fuck
That's
can you
very
compete
old.
with that? You can't compete with that.
No, you get all, as a corporation, you get all the benefits of a citizen, and except you don't pay the same price when you fuck up. You just close up shop and create a new one.
And you don't have to, and then the politicians don't have to
Yeah.
listen to the people.
No, they don't. Well, when you have things like super PACs, you allow super PACs to exist. Where super PACs, you can donate unlimited amounts of money to politicians, unlimited, virtually unlimited. Well, not unlimited, but within the hundreds of thousands, and you can keep all the donations private, anonymous.
That's
So-
crazy.
So you can't tell if you wanted to look into it from a public perspective, you couldn't, because all those people or corporations or people are protected under the super PAC.
Corporations are people too.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Don't forget about the corporations. Everyone forgets about the corporation, corporate welfare, man. They're people too.
so next week, South Park is coming out with a new episode, man. It's the
Nice.
the vaccination special. I don't know if you've seen it. The preview.
Nah,
It's
but I'll watch it.
it's hilarious. It shows that in the preview it shows a line of people outside a clinic, right, waiting in line with their mask on,
Uh-huh.
and then you see the old lady walk up to the front like she's VIP,
Yeah.
and the bouncer like, "Hey, that's not fair." He said, that's just hilarious, bro.
That's funny.
South
Yeah,
Park
I
always
check
finds
that
a way.
South Park
Hold on, let's
vaccination.
see this.
We need to get COVID vaccinations
COVID
right away. Please.
vaccinations.
Back of the line.
Get it back a line.
Right this way.
And they're like, right this way, and everybody's like, oh, you see the old lady cut the line.
That's funny.
Did you get to
Yeah.
watch the other one, the pandemic
Yeah, the
special?
pandemic special. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, South
It
man.
was good.
They're,
It's too long though. It's too long. Way too long. It was. Other than that, it was good.
yeah, yo, that his dad, bro, he's Stan. Oh my god, man, he's so ridiculous.
I think they're starting to jump the shark with him. I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah,
of it.
they're starting to do too much with him, man. Like,
Too much. I mean, I get it, but it's just like it just started to become more and more part of every season.
yeah,
know?
like
But
first,
yeah,
he was-
I like the pandemic special.
like he
fun.
did the cocaine, right? Then wasn't he selling cocaine at one point?
I think so. Yeah, he did
There was
everything
another
already.
special.
He already
There was-
fucking did everything. What did he do? He had the shit competition. He was the fucking the professional drunk dad at sporting events. The fucking-
Oh yeah, remember
he
that
played
one?
WoW. He was the best WoW player in fucking World of Warcraft. This nigga fucking did
Yes,
everything. He was like
yes,
Guitar Hero King and all this other. They made him do everything.
dude, that World of Warcraft
Made him
one.
shit out of his mouth. The fuck? Like when everyone was shitting out of their mouths because of all the bullshit they were speaking. You know? Like, yeah, so they did everything with him. So I think they should just, maybe cut it back a little bit.
Well, I mean, they've been around for so long, man. I'm surprised they're still doing it. You know?
Probably won't be for long. The Comedy Central gets sold. And this is about to fucking shut down as a channel. They haven't been doing good in over 10 years.
Yeah, it has to be because of streaming.
Because of streaming, and they don't have talent. Ever since Chappelle left, that shit just, the programming went down the drain. They don't really have talent. I guess comedians, they're going to online.
Netflix. Yeah, online
Netflix, yeah, they're being sucked up by Netflix for specials, and then YouTube, and they have their own YouTube channels. Like they get hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers. So you almost, as a comedian, you almost don't even need TV anymore like you used to.
It's true. If you have a strong social media presence, for people following.
But if you're a comedian and you travel across the country, you have an automatic social media presence. You got automatic followers. Because you're seen at comedy clubs all across the country. So if you get seen enough, you'll have enough followers. It's not that difficult. For them, they don't have to be like us. We have to be like social media wizards to fucking, get to the top. Them, they're seen everywhere.
Yeah, so people follow them after they see them.
Yeah, after the show. Yeah, you give out a business card after a show with your Twitter, your website, and all that shit. So you just give it to people.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Or you sell promotional material, shirts and CDs or whatever with your Twitter hashtag on it and all that shit. That's how you market as being stand-up.
So I just purchased today my first iWatch.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
And I have it, and I don't know. I gotta get on YouTube because I really don't know what the fuck it does.
It's a health monitor.
Yeah, that I seen that it takes my pulse.
But that's what they all are. They're mostly health monitors with an extra screen, 2.5, like an extra screen light. It's not real. You can't do too much with the screen, but
I mean, they have applications on here.
They have apps, but they're made for that tiny fucking screen size and shit.
Yeah, it is a small ass fucking screen.
It's like a sort of like a screen light, It's not like a real screen, but it is mostly for health and fitness. That's why people buy those. They buy Apple Watches and Fitbits and all that shit for health. It monitors your sleep, it tracks your pulse and your, all kinds of shit, all kinds of biometric data you get off that shit.
I'm trying to
You get in a car accident, you know what happens, right? In a car accident with one of those smartwatches, you get the alert goes straight to 911. If you get hit by a car, it can detect the impact.
Yeah?
Yeah, and most of them have GPS location and all sorts of other shit.
It did say if I fall, it will detect a fall. It did say that.
Yeah, and they can also most of them. I know Fitbits do. They can detect car accidents, so you can tell whether you're in a car accident. That's an Apple iWatch, so I'm pretty sure it has it too.
Yeah.
But it'll send out an alert, and it'll send it to 911 and let them know your location.
Yeah. I mean, hey, for that is good.
Yeah.
Just for that is worth the money. And
yeah, I mean, you're being watched anywhere you go. It don't matter anyway. It's just, it's like if you care about your privacy, you're a fucking idiot. Go live out in the woods. There's no privacy.
There is no fucking privacy.
There is no privacy unless you live off the grid, like I said, in the woods.
I would love to look at the file that they have on me and see all the jerking off pictures that I have in there.
They don't really care. They don't care. There's like a billion other people jerking off and fucking jerking off the worst shit than you. It's just that's what they're dealing with. They don't care. No one cares about anything you do except when they do.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
None of our lives are exciting or important unless you live that life. You're a fucking celebrity and shit. And that's when they spy on you. All the times that I've seen the FBI and CIA have been caught spying on people is their ex-girlfriends, people they know, celebrities and shit like that. Those are the times when they actually do spy on you.
So you see $1.9 trillion and the public's only getting 9% of that.
Yeah, that's no surprise. It's been like that since March. We only got a $1,400 check since March, or a $2,000 check because of the $600 we got in January.
$1,800.
Please, it's nothing. Go look and see what they're giving people in Canada, Mexico. Well, not Mexico. Mexico ain't doing shit, of course. But like fucking other places, all the civilized countries, They've been giving them money every month, more than $1,000 a month. Every country. Go look at all of these developed countries in Europe and in Switzerland, all these fucking places, Australia. We're way behind. We've only given people $1,800 in 8 fucking months. Or more than that, 10 months. We're about to reach, or 11 months. We're about to reach a 1-year anniversary. So we haven't done jack shit for all the bitching and moaning conservatives like to, make about like overspending and giving people free money. We don't fucking do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got nothing.
We haven't done it, and we don't do it, and we won't do it. It's just because that's the fucking mentality of this country.
And another thing is a lot of it is bullshit. Like they're talking about testing is gonna be free, COVID testing is free. When you go, they ask you for insurance.
Yeah, I know, because not all of them are covered. Like, listen, like I went to the clinic in City MD in Central Avenue when I first got here in June or July. I want to say to get tested before I get in the house because I came from Brooklyn where everyone's positive. So I got to get tested. I didn't have insurance. And I told, after I got the test and all that stuff, or before, they were like, do you have insurance? I'm like, no, I don't have insurance, but I don't need it. And they were like, oh yeah. They're like all nervous, like, oh, no, you're right. You don't need it. But we'd like it. We'd like you to have it. We'd like you to have it. That you don't need it. But then you can't put that same sort of responsibility on a pharmacy. Pharmacy, they're not going to get clearance for Medicaid and all kinds of shit. It's limited. But these big clinics and these big hospitals and shit, they got no fucking excuse. They want to milk anything you got. COVID tests are free, but at the same time, healthcare should be fucking free.
Yeah.
We could have tracked this months before it happened. If everyone had healthcare and we go to the doctors regularly, we would have seen it. Mm-hmm. When you have half the country, sick and unable to fucking get healthcare or go to a hospital and get regular monthly visits, you're not going to see this shit coming.
Oh yeah.
I've been saying it since the pandemic that if we do have a pandemic, we're fucked because half the population doesn't have health insurance.
Yeah.
And they're going to be afraid to go to hospitals and all sorts of shit. Even though hospitals are taking care of it now, but it's a problem. So fuck you if you think we're getting free money and shit and free shit because of COVID. We're not.
Yeah, no, it's not. And listen, I've this year has I've been so disillusioned. That's the word I'm looking for.
Disillusion, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I'm really sick of. I can't say this country, but it's just the way they're running it. It's
go to Canada. It's like going to a fucking other world. It's like you fucking traveled through the fourth dimension.
They won't even accept us over there.
They do. I mean, well, yeah. I've gone a few times, so. They won't accept you if you have a federal crime on your record. They fucking send you right back.
No, but I'm saying because of COVID, right? Well, aren't they not allowing flights?
Well, I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but they were turning people away at the border, not through flights.
Oh,
it was at the border. They're just trying to keep Americans out because they know we're pieces of shit. But they created a law. They created a law in Canada just to keep Americans out. That law that I told you, if you have any federal crime on your record, including DUIs, and stuff like that, or unpaid child support, they turn you away at the border. They created that just for us, for Americans. Meanwhile, they're taking people who are shooting AK-47s in fucking their African village at 12 years old. No, you can come in. You come in, you and your whole family.
You're a terrorist.
Except you, America. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking hillbilly trash bags, Dude, it's true.
That's horrible, but you're right.
And when you go there, everybody's super nice. But when you ask them about America, you can read it on their faces. They try to say something polite. They don't ever have anything bad to say about anyone, but you can see it on their faces. Yeah, you guys, you're all fucked up over there. We don't want you, for the most part. We only want the good percentage of Americans, whatever that is. But I can see it, man, for sure.
Yeah, nah, it's
a big difference.
It is a big difference, especially Like when we were born, America was the shit.
That's because we grew up in the fucking 80s. This is all a lie.
I know, but at least
America in the 80s was like if you created like a fucking holographic reality of what America was. Because all we saw was Hulk Hogan throwing the American flag up there. I'm a real American. I'm a real fight for your
right this every
man.
man.
Fucking Reagan's out there fucking delivering these fucking classic one-liners and shit, and everyone's going clapping all over the place. Everyone's in neon clothing. Everything is Miami Vice. Everything's cocaine. Everything is amplified. It was all fake. That was the image that we had.
Those were
That's
great
why
times.
we grew up.
Those were
it was
great
fake,
times.
like patriotism being sprayed everywhere, just like graffiti.
Great times, my friend.
It was shit. It was shit, and that's what got us to where we are now with capitalism. It was all
Yes.
Reagan's policies.
Yeah, in the 80s did fuck everything up.
It did. It took away regulation. It got us into more questionable foreign policies, like the shit with Iran and Contra and all that stuff. That got us into
all the South America stuff too.
All the South America stuff, but that started. Yeah, I want to say. I guess the South America stuff has been going on since the '60s under Kennedy.
Yes.
So so that was going on already, but we set the stage for like stage 2, or stage 3 of this fucking American agenda, and that is to remove all regulations, let corporations do whatever they want with their money, and don't regulate anything because that's going to stop millionaires from becoming billionaires. And that's what we did. We created a class of billionaires through all that deregulation, and they've been in the pockets of politicians ever since. So we've given them the power, and that started in the 80s. That really, it got out of control in the 80s.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Started in the 80s.
Yeah. And Reagan, with all the deregulation of banks, too, that means there's unlimited, lending. They can lend to anyone without any sort of, moral repercussions or anything like that. So that's crazy amount of lending, led to a crazy amount of spending, and it led to a wild market. So things looked good in the short term, but in the long term, it's kept decreasing. Our national budget kept increasing ever since the 80s. But it looked good right then and there. It did look good because all those banks gave out money and Wall Street was happy. People with their boats and yachts were happy. So there was a lot of spending. Mm-hmm. It was good for the short term. That's what I wanted to say.
No, and then the 90s happened.
Yeah. In the 90s, everyone's jaded. Fucking, we weren't as happy as we were in the 80s.
Yeah, but
you had grunge. You had grunge. And the attitudes were different. In the 80s, everyone was flying high. And, things seemed like they were going better. But I think there was a lot of fallout from all of those policies in the 80s. And in the 90s, there was a depression in the 90s, too. So the mid-90s or something like that. So things weren't looking that good. Remember, Bush Sr. only got one term.
That's true.
Yeah, things weren't looking good. If I remember correctly, there was a huge crash in the market. And just if you look at the attitudes of kids in the 80s and the attitudes of kids in the 90s, kids in the 90s were all jaded. We're all we don't trust anyone. We're anti-establishment. That's a Gen X. And then Gen Xers started, we're in college already and all this and that. And they're all a jaded generation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's definitely true.
That's what the 90s brought us, and it started looking a little bit bright when Clinton came in, but then he fucking tried to bomb a country after getting caught with his pants down, getting his dick sucked. And what did he do the next day? Do you remember? Do you remember when he was under trial for the Monica?
Wag the dog. I remember.
Yeah, he fucking bombed. He bombed a fucking village in Iraq to sort of detract from any sort of attention he was getting. He
bombed Kosovo or one of those.
No, it was Iraq. It was Iraq.
Oh, it was Iraq?
Yeah, he went. He resorted immediately. He didn't know what to do. The media was under, they giving him scrutiny. He was under trial. He immediately gave the command to blow up a small city in Iraq during, that whole controversy, or when it came out that he was getting blowjobs from fucking Monica Lewinsky.
I did not have sexual relations.
Yeah.
That woman.
Yeah. Well, let me go bomb this village full of fucking children in Iraq, just so you can pay attention to the dead bodies there and not
Yo, that
me getting a blowjob.
the Clinton body count is definitely a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every president's got a body count. All of them.
They've
I'm
always-
gonna move this. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette in the bathroom, but yeah, they all got body counts. Name a president that doesn't. Jimmy Carter, maybe. Probably the only one.
Maybe Carter.
But he's got one or two. You know, he's giving commands to shit that led to death, I'm sure.
Carter was so soft.
No, he wasn't soft. He was a fucking good person. That was his problem. You can't be a good person in politics, I guess, especially not in America. That's not the American way. You got to be a big piece of shit in America.
That's true.
Remember, this is a country that was stolen from other people, so that's what we started with. Those are our morals. You know?
No, dude, and I watched there's this shit on there's this limited series on Netflix called Amended or something like that. Talks about the 14th Amendment, and yo, people forget, like, black people have only had like 60 years of being treated okay. But before
maybe less than that.
Maybe less, yeah, because I would say the
Jim Crow.
80s. I would say from the 80s on, right? 70s on.
I would say 70s on when they got rid of Jim Crow laws in the South.
So, dude, before that, yo, oh my God, there's so many stories of things that have happened, how they were fucking degraded, even when they was, and all this shit, all the history books have been fucking whitewashed, and none of the history that we've been taught has been real, bro. None of the history.
I mean, even my teacher told me that when I was in elementary school, that what I'm reading you is not real. She told us.
You know, even like the Emancipation Proclamation didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Those people in the South, they were still fucking just
They slaves still.
Yeah, mercilessly killed. Yo, that's why there's so many black people moved to Los Angeles, to Chicago, to New York, to fucking escape the South, bro.
Except it didn't get that much easier. They were
getting killed. They were getting killed. They were getting lynched, and then the Supreme Court passed a law. They didn't pass a law, but they said that the 14th Amendment, that basically the federal government can't get involved when it's a person-to-person problem. So
they didn't see it as a civil rights issue.
So the 14th Amendment didn't apply. It's like, the federal government can't get involved into a state problem if there's individual people that'll try to kill you or trying to do things to you. Like, dude, these people were getting burnt out their homes. They were getting hung. It was like a fucking party. Like 1892, they were hanging people.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures with little kids out there celebrating.
Yeah, they're like this. They're like,
they're taking fucking selfies. They're mugging for the camera.
Dude, and it's like even Martin Luther King and even John F. Kennedy, like Kennedy, he reluctantly started putting all those civil rights. He started the whole civil right thing, but in the beginning he didn't want to get involved. Do you know they wanted at one point? They wanted to get all the black people, the leaders, and tell them to go back.
Yeah, to Africa. Yeah, there was actually legislation that they wanted to pass. Yes, that would legally send them back, and none of them wanted to go. Obviously.
Listen, Kennedy got a bunch of African American leaders and clergymen, and invited them into the White House and told them, "Look, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta wait. Stop like protesting, because what they were doing, They started
Stop getting
sending.
all uppity. Stop being so uppity.
Yeah, but like you don't hear this. You just hear that he spoke to black people liked him, or he spoke about civil rights and blah blah blah.
No, that's I'll say it for the whole country, man. You can't rely on what we learn in history books as the only like hard proof of history. You have to look outside of that spectrum and go look at the real history and educate yourself. You know,
You're absolutely right.
it's hard. I mean, most people can't do it. I used to think that everyone could do that, but they can't. That's why the news organizations have to be regulated like they were before, and where they have to be held to sort of like a decency and sort of act and a way they can operate has to be regulated. Just like in the BBC, just like other countries. The fucking BBC, they got to report a certain way. You know, that's the same way we should be. We got rid of news media regulations that we had for the past 50 years. We got rid of them in the 90s or in the early 2000s, which gave birth to Fox News.
Really?
Yeah. I forget which law it was that used to regulate the standards and practices of media organizations. It got tossed out, I think, sometime in the 90s, and that's when Fox News came in. It was like, all right, now we can make news as entertainment, and they're the first ones to come in and make it more entertainment news than real news. And then other media organizations like CNN, MSNBC, they followed suit and started doing the same thing, same business model, because it works well. You know?
Wow, that's crazy.
I forget that. I think about it a lot, and I keep forgetting to fucking search the name of the law that was in place to keep all these media organizations in check. But I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you search for it, you'll find it out there. But it's the reason why the media is the way we have it now.
If you search for it, it will come.
It will come to you, or come on the screen into you. Google Images. Yeah.
Speaking of Google Images, you heard about that guy that found a dead body in Florida a few years back on Google Maps?
No, that's not the first time, I'm sure, someone's found a dead body. No. I mean, I've heard of a bunch of different Google Maps stories, shit similar to that, but not that one.
Yeah, he was, excuse me. He was, where he lived at, there was a lake in the back. And he went on Google Maps just to look at it. And when he looked, it looked like a shadow of a car.
A shadow of a car, right? Okay.
So he called the police and told them, and sure enough, it was a fucking car, and there was a dead body in there. It's somebody they've been looking for since like 1997, bro.
God damn. It took Google Maps and fucking a decade later.
Dude,
or more.
He left a club and was driving home and was never heard of.
And that's it. That was the whole mystery? Was it like someone kidnapped him?
No.
Fucking he owed money to someone?
Dude, and what's even crazier is that in 97, that development wasn't even there. There weren't even houses. It was just land and the lake.
Yeah, Florida. A lot of Florida wasn't developed back in the day. A lot of people don't realize this. Florida just started coming to, like maybe a couple of decades ago. Most of it wasn't even inhabited.
Land.
But even if you go look at the 1900s, there's almost no one lived in Florida because you couldn't, because Florida was all swamp, and they had no way to fucking build a house over swamp until they started. Al Capone and a lot of other mafia people and politicians from Chicago and other places started pouring money into it in hopes of building like Las Vegas, like casinos and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they were investing in Florida. The mafia was investing in Florida. That's what started the highways and the state paving the roads and bringing real estate projects in. And then slowly but surely throughout the early to mid 19th century, Florida started to be developed and started to be habitable. Most people it didn't become populated until the 80s. Honestly, if you look at the numbers, most people didn't live there like in mass until like the 80s, maybe even the 70s, but I think it was mostly like retirement homes and shit even back then.
Yeah, there was only old Jewish people that would live there. Yeah.
And then the coast, and the people lived along the coast. They didn't live in Jacksonville or fucking other places. Only rednecks did, or, people here and there.
Yeah. No, and Florida, the northern you go, the more.
More racist it gets.
Yeah.
It's crazy racist. I mean, it's one of the most people don't just because people in our family fucking emigrate there from New York to Florida all the time. We think is normal, but they don't even know. My father didn't even know. It's the most Republican state in the union. It's just as Republican as politically as Alabama. With the policies they pass. The voting bloc over there is mostly hardcore conservative or extreme right Christians and shit like that.
No, it's true. You're right. The further south you go, the more Hispanic it gets.
Well, in Florida, yeah. I was going to say that's not the case for most of the South, but I mean, there's Mexicans and shit, but not like that. Not like Florida.
Hell no. Florida is something special. Just like Texas. Texas.
So they found that fucking body in Florida and that dead body there and all it was that he just went out one night drunk and he fucking landed in the ditch and then they find him for 20. That could happen to anybody.
No, honestly.
That could happen to me.
No. I don't know. Because it was way out of his way, too. That's another thing they said. It wasn't like he was around his neighborhood. No, he was like 40 minutes. That basically they think it's foul play, They think
Sounds it. I mean, that's what I would think.
They think it's fucking foul play. Someone killed them. Maybe he owed somebody money. I mean, who knows? Who knows the real situation of why he lost his life? But
it's probably Florida. I mean, he probably ripped someone off. It's Florida. Florida is the
probably owed money.
The scamming capital of the world after what do you call it? Nigeria. Nigeria #1. Florida comes in #2.
What?
The biggest world. The headquarters of almost all of the world's scams come from phone scams, fax scams, identity scams. All of those scams, they come from either Nigeria or Florida.
Wow.
You can look it up, like in FBI statistics and all that shit. Florida's up there, and the reason is I don't know, man. There was that dude who did the Cocaine Cowboys documentary. He's from Florida. He documents the whole history of Florida pretty well. He's obsessed with Florida. That's all his latest documentaries is about Florida.
Yeah, I have him on Twitter.
He said it best because I already know the whole history of Capone and shit. I've read like 3 books on Capone, so I already know a little bit of this stuff. But fucking, since Florida was
his name is Billy Corbin.
Yeah, Billy Corbin. Since Florida was founded by criminals, for criminals, it just became inhabited with people. They come from criminal families, and they had kids, and they all living in a life of crime and shit. And pretty much so that's why it became a criminal headquarters. Then you have people coming in from Cuba, criminals from South America, drug dealers, a cartel, and you mix all those people up with the mafia people. All the mafia kids and all that shit, that's going to lead to, all the scam and fraudulent crime that you see in Florida. The identity theft, stolen credit card scams on mass level, like big, like multi-million-dollar credit card scams and identity theft rings and shit.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of old people that they could scam in Florida.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the reason you have that in Florida is because Florida has the whole history of being founded by criminals. And criminals escaping other countries to live here and become criminals. So, that's why you have so much crime in Florida. That's why Florida is a little fucking crazy.
Yeah, the 80s were crazy in Florida, man.
Yeah, I know.
Those Cocaine Cowboys.
Real life Scarface.
Yeah, they were fucking... They were just... There were so many deaths. Dirty.
Yeah, there were people shooting M16s on the fucking street. The drug cartels used to battle it out with assault rifles on the street, like 6 on 6 in front of on Broad Street and big streets in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
You go look at the fucking videos of all the cartels fighting. That shit is nuts. It looks like a third world country. That shit looks like something would go on in Mexico right now, in Tijuana or some shit.
Yeah, they're on some other shit over there, bro. Those drug cartels in Mexico, man.
Well, yeah, it's extreme poverty, so extreme violence.
I follow a few of them on TikTok. Um,
Yeah, cartel people.
yeah, and dude,
Does anyone do duets with the fucking cartel on TikTok?
no. I don't even like this shit. I just look at it. I don't want them to know I'm on the radar at all.
I
Cause
don't know. How could you look at that shit? They don't show post beheadings and shit, or fucking.
no, but they'll show the guns. They'll show whatever they're doing. Like they'll show, you can't show beheadings on TikTok. That shit'll get
Well, you
knocked off.
can't do it on Twitter either. But Al Qaeda still does it. All these terrorist groups still post on Twitter all the fucking beheadings and shit.
But I do run into videos every once in a while, and yeah, it's not. I don't know. I have my girl. She's always talking about she wants to go to Mexico, and she wants to drive over the border. I just want to go to Mexico. I just want to see how it is. I want to drive. I'm like, no, we go to Cancun. No. I want to go like Mexico. I'm like, are you fucking crazy?
Well, I'll be honest. Mexico City is probably one of the best cities in the world and safest cities in the world.
When you cross the border,
Well, no, I'm saying like if you're gonna go, you don't have to go to resorts and shit. Mexico City is safer than New York, and it's just as like the population is almost as high, and it's a legit like one of the best cities in the world, and one of the safest cities in the world.
is that
It's
the one?
isolated.
Is that when you cross the border though? Mexico City? I
No,
don't
that's
know.
like fucking Tijuana and shit. Mexico City's in central Mexico, but it's like you go to Mexico City. Everyone that I know that's been there describes it like New York or L.A. and if you go look at pictures and shit and go look at Mexico City, it's fucking beautiful. It's like being in a city in Europe. It's not like different from the rest of Mexico. You think Mexico, all this shit's going on, you're not safe anywhere you go. But Mexico City is like a big protected zone where the military, the fucking police, they're all guarding this shit. There's people from all over the world that live there. There's Australians that live in Mexico City. You know,
Yeah, but we're not talking about
they love
Mexico
it.
City.
Yeah, we're
So
talking about Mexico.
when you cross the border, what's there?
Yeah, when you cross the border, you might get stopped and shit. They might be
You
waiting
might
there.
get kidnapped and shit.
Yeah, that's it. You're going to be under a big fucking headlight where you're
Oh
unable
my
to see
God.
anyone's identities. They're going to bag and gag you and shit, probably.
And if I get
Throw you in the back of the truck.
if I get kidnapped, I'll tell them right away. Listen,
I'm
man,
poor.
just kill me right now. My family don't got nothing. All right.
And they'll believe you, which is why I don't think they'll attack you. They only attack people that they know have money. I know one guy who was Mexican who got fucking kidnapped at the airport.
Whoa.
But someone tipped them off that he had $10,000. He had $10,000 he was bringing, I guess, from his American business to, I guess, some bank account in Mexico. And he gets in the fucking cab. He has a suitcase full of $10,000. My father worked with this guy. He runs a limo company in Yonkers.
Damn.
And he remember him telling me the story. And he gets in the fucking cab. And he flags down this cab in front of the airport. He gets in. Cab is like taking him there and asking him questions or whatever. You know, they're just making like nice little chit chat here and there. And then the fucking car stops in the middle of the ride. And then a fucking van pulls up, fucking swerves in front of them.
Oh.
All guns, 6 guys armed with guns and shit,
No.
ordering him to get out of the car. And the fucking cab driver was in on it the whole time. And they searched his, all his shit, his possessions or whatever. And they took the 10 G's, if that's how I remember it correctly.
Wow.
They took the 10 G's. He got to live, but he was fucking terrified. It was a terrifying experience.
And it's like, yeah, this is a kidnap. You have to call your family and ask for 10 G's. Oh, I got it. It's right here. Take it.
Yeah. And after they fucking find out you got nothing, you're screwed.
Oh,
But-
I'll be like, listen, I have a PlayStation at home. I got a
Man, I don't give a
dog.
fuck about your PlayStation. Where the fucking money at? Where's the money? Behead this motherfucker. Hang him in the town
Like,
square.
shoot this nigga in the face.
You're gonna be your dead, bloody body over a fucking electrical wires and shit with shoelaces hanging off of it, and your dead corpse. And little fucking Mexican kids hitting your body like a piñata and shit.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
He ain't got no money. He
He
has
got the
the
money.
money.
Get his insides to come pop out of his mouth. Yay! But they don't.
Papa.
You have to. It's targeted, bro. It's targeted. It's like mostly targeted. They don't just kidnap anyone. So you could. There's plenty of people that go over the border, no problem. I know people who live in California who go over the border every week to go do shit like pick up cheap, booze and you can get prescription over. You don't need prescriptions to get prescription medicine over there. So a lot of people drive from California, from Texas on a like almost weekly basis.
Wow.
Americans. So people do it all the time. I just don't know which places to avoid. I'm sure once you get over the border, they'll probably give you the guidelines. Like avoid this place, avoid this place, avoid this place, go down this road and stay on it. That sort of shit.
No.
But it's not like you're guaranteed to be fucking, beheaded and shit and fucking robbed and left to die like an animal, on the road.
You. No, thank you.
You don't even want to take the risk. This is what happens when you live in the same town that you were born in your whole life.
No, I'll go straight to Cancun, man. I'll take the flight. Cancun got an airport.
You don't need Cancun. I'd go to Mexico City. Stop being a bitch. You don't have to go to the resort.
I want to go to a resort, man. What are you talking about? It's great treatment.
Resort. You go to a resort in Florida. It's the same shit.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay.
Oh, why? Because you can't get blowjobs for $5.
All-inclusive resort in Cancun.
Yeah, oh please, that shit ain't nothing. Bro, just go see real culture. When I go to a city, when I go visit anywhere, the last place I want to go to is a resort that gives me a vanilla fucking tourist experience. I want to go where fucking people live. I want to go where people go hang out. I don't want to go where all the fucking dumb tourists are saying tourist shit,
You want to go hang out with the cartel people? Have them give
I want to hang
tour?
out with regular Mexicans and shit and do shots of tequila with the worm in it, and maybe bang a hooker. But I don't want to stay at a fucking resort, at a resort with fat white couples and shit, talking about their fucking, Monday through Fridays, and like how great it is to escape it. And it's like you're gonna find all the boring people there. All the fucking action is, outside the safe zone. You don't have to go to the most dangerous place, but you can go to the most interesting place, and you'll enjoy yourself like that. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just do your research. That's it.
What those resorts, they all play the same music.
Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like being on a cruise ship.
25th of September.
Yeah. It's all forced. They do the same shit every week, the same itinerary or the same schedule for all the guests. It's boring.
The people that work there, man, it must be an interesting job.
Well, they're happy because they're locals and they get paid a shit ton because they know English and speak it well, so they get taken care of really well. And if you work in the hotel industry, I know a few people that worked in the hotel industry, and they move from country to country every few years because those are the benefits you get working in the hotel industry. If you work for the Hilton, you can be transferred to the Hilton in Germany, no problem, as soon as the spot opens up. Same thing with Japan. You just keep doing it every few years. I knew somebody who still does it, actually.
And they live at the hotel?
Yeah, they live at the hotel.
Wow.
So don't tell me, that's like the ultimate perk right there.
Man,
bro.
that's a good job right there.
That's a good job. It's like being a stewardess without dealing with fucking the bullshit that the stewardess got to deal with. Fucking all the passengers on an airplane and assholes and shit. You're working at a hotel. I mean, seeing, more diverse group of people and shit, and just traveling around the world.
So that's a crazy job to work on an airplane. Especially they work a whole day and they say they go to Cancun and back twice a day or something like that, or maybe
that's jet lag too.
Florida,
you gotta think about that. That shit wears on your body.
They go to Florida, they go back to New York, they go back to Florida. That's just crazy.
Except they're on an airplane the whole fucking time. That sucks. It's not like you're enjoying any of those places. I mean, you stop here and there, you get off here and there, but you're still mostly on the fucking plane.
I haven't been on a plane in a really long time, and I'm actually thinking about this month, my son's birthday. I want to go surprise him for his birthday, but man, I don't know, man. That fucking plane ride, I'm gonna have to get some Xanax, take a Xanax before I get on the plane, just to take away the anxiety feeling. Because I don't care. I could be
Yeah, you
aware.
need something.
I could be aware. I don't care. I could even. I could be aware that I'm on a plane and I'm out pie, but I just
Yeah.
don't want that cold anxiety feeling.
They're not even giving you fucking booze, man. I flew from New York to LA. No booze. They didn't even offer it. Like nothing.
What?
Just, shitty. The plane food, I feel like every decade gets shittier and
Gets
shittier.
worse and worse. Yeah, because in the
What the
80s
fuck?
it was good. It
I'm
was
sure.
good.
I remember when I was a kid, in-flight food. Well, I went to DR, so it was a longer trip.
I look forward. I look forward to that.
I had a knife and fork. I had a plate with, microwave food, whatever the fuck. It's still better than what they give you now. It's like, now they give you like a bag of chips, a fucking can of soda. It's like worse than school food.
No,
It's
and
like
that's
worse than when you get in school cafeteria.
no, and that's if you're lucky enough to go on an airline that wants to give you a bag of chips. Because some places don't even want to give you shit.
Really?
You gotta buy it.
You gotta
Go
buy
on,
that shit?
go on fucking Spirit. Spirit don't give you shit.
No, that's why. No one goes on fucking Spirit Airlines. That's like the poorest airline.
The $20
Okay,
flights.
I only fly JetBlue, and they're cheap, but they're good cheap.
Yeah, JetBlue's always good. I always like JetBlue. They
got bought out by Delta.
They need to.
Fuck.
What?
They just got bought out by Delta like a month ago.
JetBlue got bought out by Delta.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
don't tell me that,
Everything's
bro.
going to shit now. Yeah.
No wonder I went to go Google JetBlue the other day, and I'm like, why the hell the website looks? Why when I put the JetBlue, something else came up?
It's either Delta or United. One of the two bought JetBlue.
Damn, bro.
So yeah, that's not gonna last now. That's going away, I'm sure. All that shit.
Hold on, let me see. Does it say anything about them being bought? Damn, they were founded in 1998. That's
Yeah, it's an old. Kind of...
Let me see. JetBlue, American Airlines.
Oh, it was American Airlines. There you go. Right? Yeah, it was American Airlines. I was just searching for it. That sounds right.
Well, American Airlines. I'll tell you
It's
one
still
thing about
shitty.
them.
That's shitty too. That's shitty too.
No, I know, but one thing about them is that everyone, they're the only airlines that like every other airline sends their planes over there to get remodeled, to get they replace the bolts, they replace the wires. It's like every 10 years they do that.
Okay. Good quality control, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not known for their service. I've flown American. They don't have the best service, food, or fucking in-flight experience and shit.
The last time I flew American was 10 years ago when I went to Cancun. Yeah.
And you want to go again to a fucking resort? You already know what it is.
It's been 10 years.
Why don't you go to Florida and lay on the fucking beach? It's the same experience.
Nah, the water's different, bro. The water.
Oh my god. Yeah, sure, it's a little different.
The
But
sand
is it that much different?
It's
Like,
more turquoise.
But you're traveling. This isn't even tourism. This is like water tourism.
Yeah.
You're only traveling based on the quality of sand and water.
Yeah, I'm only traveling to be able to wake up, go downstairs in my bathing suit, drink, eat, be in the pool, be on the beach, smoke some weed, go back upstairs, take a shower, go back to eat, watch the show.
All right, so how about this? So when in July, why don't you come back here, come to the house. I'll put you in the backyard. We'll get you a kiddie pool. I'll have water, real Mexican ocean water in the kiddie pool.
You can't
I'll throw
get
some
that
real
water.
Mexican sand.
You're not
over
gonna
here,
get
over
it.
here.
You're not gonna get
And
it.
you get to lie in that puddle full
You're
of
not
fucking
gonna
wet
get
sand.
it. It's impossible. Okay.
It's not that good.
Impossible.
It's not that good.
All right.
You would have get that shit in Florida.
You would have to ship fucking trucks, at least one truck of sand, white sand. How are you gonna get it over here?
This is not literal. I wasn't being literal about
Yeah,
this.
you see, I thought
this
so.
is theoretically. speaking. If I could bring that shit over, you're only going to see the sand and water. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You don't do real tourism.
Yeah, I did. I went out. I did. I went in this underground cave, a pool. I drove an ATV.
That shit is like a fucking playhouse, bro. That shit is like when you go to Discovery Zone and they got the ball pit and the other places where the kids can play. It's the same shit. It's just like curated.
Oh,
it's
wow.
So your
experience.
Fucking
vacation is better because you sat on a toilet seat and got
No, it's not that it's better. It's that you should be going for the experience the culture, experience the country, experience the language, all the differences.
Experience the kidnapping.
See, that's your problem. You have the American mind of don't go anywhere outside the U.S. or you will be killed sort of mentality. And you're like all the people in the U.S. that never want to leave the U.S. because they seen Hostel or they seen some other fucking movie and they're like, this is how it is. We're not going because of Narcos.
Hostel was a good movie.
We're not going to Mexico because of fucking Narcos, the TV show.
I'm not ever staying in a hostel.
Yeah, see? I stayed in hostels. They're the fucking best places ever. They're fine.
Yeah?
They're free.
You sure you didn't wake up
missing
up
a fucking limb?
Missing a fucking kidney?
Maybe someone sucking on my toes. I'm not missing one.
Maybe some fucking finger in your ass.
Maybe, but you're not going to get a beheading or whatever, or fucking your fingers cut off. Yeah, I'll say one thing: the hostel is free, so you get all kinds of weirdos and fucking some. Actually, no, you get like maybe 2% weirdos. The rest
Hold on, a hostel is free?
Yeah, for a tourist. So if you're traveling in Europe or you're traveling anywhere around the countries, they have like these hostels, these places where tourists can stay for free in like a communal setting. It's communals, which means you have to share bunk beds with groups of strangers, like a shelter. It's like living in a shelter.
I wonder how they make money.
Donations.
Oh.
Some they'll have donations or they'll have a minimum. They'll say, oh, it's 5 pesos or some shit. That's how they get by, and a lot of them are subsidized by the government. So there's government subsidy. They're there to keep white tourists from going missing. That's what they're there for. They're there to keep so the fucking tourist doesn't get drunk, doesn't lose all their money and end up dead somewhere.
They didn't do a good job. If you watch Hostel, they didn't do a good job.
Well, fucking Hostel's not real. Yeah. There you go. It's bullshit. Most of the world is safe. Nothing will ever happen to you unless you fucking run into danger, directly into danger. Nothing will ever happen to you.
There's danger. Let's go that way.
Yeah, exactly. There's danger over there. Let's go to where all the fucking danger and the fire is. That's the only way shit happens. I know people that travel places that I would never even think of going, and they have had the best experiences ever. Those are the people that have the best experiences ever. People that go to the top of mountain, Machu Picchu in Peru, or fucking go to, the Morocco, places in the Middle East that a lot of people don't want to go to. Those are the people that have the best stories, best experiences. It's just this guy I saw on the internet recently on YouTube. He does terrorism tourism. He only goes to a country after something bad has happened because the fucking flight is cheap.
I think I haven't watched it, but I think I've seen it on YouTube. Yeah, something. Yeah,
there was a guy being interviewed by a podcaster on YouTube. I thought it was great. I've met other people like that too. They're just not afraid. If you're not afraid to travel, you'll have the best experiences and you'll spend the least amount out of everyone because you're willing to go to places that most dumb tourists are too afraid to even leave their houses, won't go. So.
Well, let's see,
you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. Mexico is not a fucking 100% narco state wherever you go. That's just the worst part. Just like, fucking Mexicans are afraid of fucking Chicago more than they are fucking Tijuana. It's not that bad. Because the truth is America is more dangerous than most places in the world. We have the highest.
I resent that shit.
America is the most dangerous. You want to see something scary? Go to the fucking outskirts of Louisiana and go see how poor they are over there, how dangerous that shit is. I'd rather go to fucking Haiti than go to fucking the outskirts of Louisiana. That's how poor, that's how scary that shit is. And then the violence is real. You can get shot easily. Fucking America is way more dangerous, dude.
Hold on, give me a second. I have to go.
Yeah.
Let me get my asthma pump.
All right. I think. And let's stop the video. All right.
Have you seen her? It's fucking light, man.
Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, 1 1/4 maybe you could do without, but it's not bad.
You seen that? I showed you my tattoo, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Look, everybody.
It's a werewolf.
It's gonna be the beginning of.
It's a werecat.
Yeah, I call it the beast, because people can't distinguish what is it.
That's a good tattoo.
It's a tiger. It's a werewolf. It's a mutt.
It's abstract art. It's on my body. Must be good.
But I'm definitely gonna. It's gonna turn into a whole sleeve. I'm gonna do the whole right arm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got into tattoos. I don't think I'll ever get one.
Yeah, you know what? I thought I was done with tattoos too, and then randomly one day I was on Facebook and I seen one of my, an old friend of mine. He's a police officer. I know he does tattoos. When he first started, I was gonna let him tattoo me for free, but then we never end up getting up. So fast forward all these years later, I hit him up and I said, "Hey, I don't know what I want, but I know that I wanna cover up a bunch of tattoos and make like a sleeve." I sent him the pictures. He was like, "All right, look, I'll do let's start off with your hand." And then, so altogether, my whole arm is going to be $800. Every time I see him, it's going to be $200 every session.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. $800 for a whole sleeve. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of tattoos for $800. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty cheap, and he does good work. I mean, he does take his time. This took 4 hours to do, but it's well worth it because the detail.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Walgreens the other day before work, and I'm pressing my the ATM, not the ATM, the debit card, and the cashier is looking at my hand. Then he passes me the receipt. He's like, "Hey man, I like your tattoo." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, thanks, man. Fuck. I mean, I did a good decision. It's not fucking stupid.
Yeah, like that coat that I just got. Everybody compliments me. Oh, you got a great coat. It's like, thank you, but I can take it off. You can't take that shit off. That's gonna suck with you forever. So
I don't want to take it off.
I mean, I would want to be able to, have it and not have it.
Nah.
It's just that's the thing about tattoos. I don't like. It's just just being permanently on your body, or it has to be lasered off or some shit.
I just want to see how it's gonna look when I'm fucking like 60 or 70. God willing,
It's gonna look like shit. Everybody knows that. Your skin doesn't get better; it gets worse. It's like taking a bag of fucking prunes and squeezing them. That's what it's gonna look like on there. But
yeah, it's gonna be all faded and shit.
Doesn't matter. I guess you look cool as an old man. You look like you lived a badass life. I guess.
Yeah.
With all these tattoos, except nerds get tattoos now, so they ruin that shit. Nerds get tattoos now, so it's just like not even a badass thing anymore.
This was my first tattoo ever. That one.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that was a cool looking one.
Yeah.
It almost looks like street graffiti.
Yeah, I'm hoping to fill all this up. The background.
Uh-huh.
I don't know with what. I was thinking like like fire or some shit, go like a Goku kind of, the thing that comes up.
The Super Saiyan. Yeah, the
Yeah,
flame and shit
yeah,
over it.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Some shit like that to cover up that spot. And this side is good. This was my dad's tattoo.
Right.
My son's name. Uh, my cousin, my Cuban cousin, that she got murdered in Miami. This tattoo right here, I forgot. This one, this is like my third tattoo I ever got, and it's in Italian. And it says "A parola de denori vale sangue," which means a word of honor is worth blood, or basically like my word is my bond or whatever.
Right.
And I will never forget. I got it off like a $5 DVD. Where they have two movies in one DVD from back in the days.
Yeah, they still have that. Yeah.
And it said it in the front, "A parola de denori vale sangue." Of course, Chuito's tattoo,
Right.
which I want to get redone, because I was desperate, not desperate, but Chuito just died, and I wanted to get something. I hate. You see his foot? Look how he made his fucking foot, man.
I mean, that's little stuff that can be fixed easily. That's nothing.
The angel, but I want to get him done over again, possibly.
Yeah, those wings look a little leafy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Look at that shit.
Yeah, he looks like some fucking rainforest spirit or some shit. It looks. I get what you're saying.
Like he's supposed to be, like this. But
it's like a gargoyle type or an angel. I can't tell. Honestly, I can't tell if that was supposed to be
a gargoyle or an angel. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell what it is,
Yeah, right.
This was all right. He free-handed this. Chuito, rest in peace. That would have to get done over again.
Yeah, but stuff like that you can fix, as long as you don't mind having it on your body, which you don't.
But yeah,
you'll never see me with a fucking tattoo.
Then there's this Blaz, which is my producer name.
Yeah, I remember that.
Piano keys.
Yeah, what, the Biggie crown? What is that?
Well, it's supposed to be the king. Blaz, the king of beats. That's basically that's my own thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got this one right here. You can't read it. That's another thing, guys. If you ever get any finger tattoos,
yeah, no one's gonna read it.
No, it's that you can't read it because after a while it starts to like blur in. Like
you're doing a lot of stuff with your hands, so it's gonna get worn out. Shit.
It says, but this says, trust no one. That's what it's supposed to say. Trust no one.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. But the two tattoos that I can't say what I regret. I do regret like two tattoos. I'm not gonna lie. This one, and it says, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman.
That shit looks like gibberish.
It's from Scarface. Yeah, you can't fucking read it. Only I know what the fuck it says. What a waste. And then the BSR, a failing record label.
Oh, you put that on you? Come on, man.
Yeah,
don't put like logos. Don't do logos. Don't do ex-girlfriends. Don't do brands. None of that shit.
This one's not that bad. I mean, you can't see it, but it says, let's see, this right here. This is a Tupac quote. God bless the child that could hold his own.
Why does your arm look green there? Some shit. Maybe it's the light. It's probably the light in your hair.
It's probably.
It look like you're having a fucking gangrene infection or something on your arm.
Yeah, but they hurt, but it's a familiar sting, so it's enjoyable.
Oh, I know they sting. I know they hurt and they sting and all that stuff. That's not the reason I got them. I just can't picture any. It's not that I'm against tattoos. It's just I can't picture anything that I would want on my body.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it's true.
I thought about it, and I've thought about like, oh, I got the money. I want to get my tattoo, and let me think about it. And every time I thought about it, it was just nothing I could really think of. unless I did a lot of work and sketched it out myself, and it's just too much. I don't give a fuck. I don't give enough fucks about tattoos to even want to put that much energy into it. So
How about
I've made up my mind. I'll never get one. I don't want one.
how about a tramp stamp?
Oh yeah, gotta get one of those, man. That's just classy as fuck. Hell yeah, Diamond Bay, Diamond Bay, fucking tramp stamp, right on my ass crack.
There's some girls now that they don't they
Classy. I like that. You see classy and shit right on the fucking butt crack. The tramp stamp, classy.
I do like the tattoo like a girl that has like a kiss, a lips on her butt cheeks. I think that's sexy.
I think that's trashy as shit.
Oh, I love girls with tattoos, man, on their body.
I like girls with tattoos, but that tattoo is just like trashy. Like that's
But
like
you know what's
like
funny?
it's like a dollar store stripper fucking tattoo.
Yeah, my kind of girl.
Yeah, exactly. Trashy.
You know what's funny is that, like, as time goes on, shit changes because, like, I remember when I was in my 20s, I'll never forget. I even said this in the office, and one of my coworkers got offended. I was like, yeah, girls with tattoos on their arm look trashy. And then she was like, "What you saying? I got a tattoo on my arm." But now, I find that shit fucking sexy. A girl with a tattoo on her arm or going down her sleeve. I mean, has to be nice too. It can't be no fucking mom and pop tattoo either. No fucking jail tattoo. But
I mean, I like tattoos on women. I do. I like tattoos on women. I'm not against it. It's just, like I said, it's just the choice of the tattoo is going to be the deciding factor whether or not you're trashy or not. If you get a tattoo that everybody else got and you just picked it out from the fucking wall, trashy. If you get the same bullshit, it's just trashy. If you say, you get a tattoo of some ridiculous statement, trashy. It's just trash, man. It's just you got to be careful with what you pick, to be your tattoo and shit.
Yeah, you
get
can't.
Something tasteful.
It has to be something that you're not.
Don't get the fucking, the cat asshole tattoo that people get on their belly. You ever seen it? It's like a tattoo of a cat's asshole, a tattoo of a cat from the rear, but instead of drawing an asshole, the asshole is your belly button. You ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, a lot of people get there's pictures all over the internet of different people getting that tattoo. It is the fucking worst tattoo, hands down, that you could possibly get. Or I've seen some that fucking where felons make their belly button a pussy, and they have a chick spreading eagle on their stomach.
Dude, how about the girls that get their fucking butthole tattoos?
Yeah.
How about the girls?
Well, that's like a whole nother level of trashiness.
That's crazy.
I mean, who's gonna fucking read that? Even if I'm eating a chick's ass out, I'm not like, oh, let me read the fucking.
No. They'll get no. They'll be like the whole ass is tattooed, and like it would be. Let's say, for example, it would be like an octopus.
Yeah.
And then the butthole would be the octopus's mouth. Like they get tattooed all
like that.
in their ass. Yo, how do they clean it? How do they? You know how hard I couldn't even wipe my hand. I was afraid to wipe my ass.
They just do the normal shit. No one's really cleaning like that.
Dude, oh my god, do they shit and then then fuck? I don't know how to do it. Use
wet wipes. That's it. It's just they can just keep it clean enough so you can't notice from the outside.
They keep it clean up. I don't know how they don't get infected.
It probably has gotten infected. You don't know that. It probably has gotten infected a few trips back and forth to the doctor, and it's taken care of. Of course, it's going to get infected. That's the anus. The asshole is like a very delicate area. You can't just put shit in there, random shit in there. It's not always going to come out. It's not going to always be fine when you do that. I mean, people love shoving shit up their asses, but like having ink and needle up your asshole.
Speaking of assholes, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast with Freddie Gibbs. He was talking about Tom Segura has like some sort of paid platform or something that you could watch his show and he puts like uncensored shit on there.
Probably Patreon.
And they were talking about the prolapse asshole. How they were like, it was like a prolapse asshole party, and these guys were picking up their prolapse assholes and rubbing them together.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. I mean, there's that stuff out there. I would never pay to see that kind of content. Oh, let me pay extra to see this shit. You ever watch your Mom's House podcast? They have their own fucking. I don't know where they're I guess the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, dude, you're the one that put me onto it, man.
Yeah, so if you, I don't want to see that. I'm not paying to see that shit.
No. What I'm saying is, you put me on to
your Mom's House.
Yeah, but not that. What was it like? Come on.
The YouTube channel.
No, remember the guy? Come on me, smack me, choke me.
Oh yeah, come on me, spit on me, piss on me.
Try it. Let's try it out.
Go ahead, try it out, man. Try it out. Yeah. Yeah, come on me, piss on me, shit on me. I don't care. Bring one of your brothers in, beat the shit out of me, fuck me, piss on me. I don't care. It's rent's free, man. Free rent.
Try it out.
Yeah, that guy. But they have a YouTube. If you pay for their YouTube channel, they show you all that shit uncensored too, like all those crazy videos. They have just as crazy videos as this motherfucker who you were talking about, the other fat guy, Bert Kreischer. I think Bert gets his videos from Tom, so they share the same shit. But yeah, you got to pay extra to see that shit. I'm good.
Oh yeah, I'm not into that stuff, man.
What they do, you know where they get their videos from? They get their videos from Tom. One day on one episode, this is the only time he's ever mentioned it, where he gets his videos from. And it's like a dirty underground website. It's something that'll never show up on Google if you search for it. Never. But he put out the domain. I checked out the website, and it's got the fucking most vile shit on there. I'm talking about scat and vomit porn is just light. Everything else they do is just heavy ass fucking like hardcore, unregulated 90s internet porn type shit. It's like that. I forgot the name of the website, but it was just like every single video they had is just the most vile and worst shit you can see. And they get their shit from OnlyFans too. They subscribe. They use the show's money to subscribe to all the craziest OnlyFans accounts. They found this gay BDSM guy who's like 80 years old or whatever, putting shit up his ass and collapsing his asshole.
On OnlyFans?
They subscribe to his OnlyFans and they got all the videos and they put it on their show. They put the videos on the show, on the paid version of the show. So, that's where they get their videos from. Who wants
to watch that? I don't understand this.
There's people that would just watch it just to cringe and just to be disgusted. There's plenty of people that watch that because they want to be a part of the show too. They, super fans, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't want to watch that shit. So I'm not paying for it.
I know. I don't. For it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand but I guess there's a niche for everything,
He even did it live. He did Your Mom's House live with maybe 1,000 people or 2,000 in the audience, and they showed those videos in front of 1,000 plus people, collapse asshole videos, vomiting videos, shit porn videos. They showed it on a big ass projection screen at the Hard Rock or some fucking place, and the audience went wild. Yeah,
that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. There's people that jerk off to that shit. You think that's disgusting? Imagine not just being into it because it's a joke. Imagine being turned on by that shit. And you're like, this is my steez right here. Whoa, yeah. Show that asshole shitting and show that guy vomiting on top of the shit and show the fucking donkey being jerked off into the woman's mouth.
Nah, in my early 20s, I had a fetish. No, not my 20s. In my mid 20s and early 30s, I did have an anal sex fetish, where all the porn that I had to watch was anal sex. That's the only one I.
That's it.
Yeah, and then
That's because you never did. You do it back then?
Yeah, I did it. I've done it. Yeah, I've done it. A bunch of times.
I'm not asking you if you've done it. I'm just asking if you did it then. Everybody's done anal.
Yeah,
it's fucking it's pretty universal.
I did.
Unless you're fucking a church person.
Yeah, I did do it then, but some reason that porn stuck out, and then now everything is has to be doggy style. That's The only porn that I can get off to is a certain kind of girl with a big ass
Yeah.
doggy style. Yeah, like
That's it?
that's
That's
it.
boring.
Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm a regular guy.
Yeah.
I don't need no crazy choking, spitting in the
All
mouth.
that shit. Yeah, it depends how I feel. Honestly, it depends how I feel. If I'm gonna, it's not like I'm watching porn every day, but when I do, I gotta feel certain. I gotta be in the mood for a certain type of porn, and that'll decide what I watch. And it'll be anything from fucking 0 to 100 in craziness. You know, I'm not watching like anything like off the charts like what we just talked about, but or anything like weird fetish like
Yeah,
wise,
the
but.
prolapse asshole.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I want to see something normal, and sometimes I want to see something crazy. Honestly, you know, it just depends how you're feeling and shit.
I remember as a kid, my father had the scrambled
Cable
box.
box, yes, we
So
all tried to watch porn on that.
I had the Playboy channel, and then I had Spice, right? It
Fucking
was
Spice was the worst, and both of them
yeah,
were terrible because they played fucking soft, like
yeah. It was
broad
soft.
show
It was
tunes. They
soft.
played show tunes.
Yeah.
If you watch like Spice, I remember Spice used to play like they used to get something a feed from the radio. They used to play Broadway show tunes, just the show tunes, none of the lyrics. You know, like they do,
What in the background?
yeah, like they do the music for Rent with no lyrics, and it's just like on piano. Someone's doing a rendition of Rent on Broadway, and they just play it over. They just like you know how the supermarkets have their music that they play.
But what do you mean? They play it over the porn? That's what they were doing?
Yeah, because they had to legally. Remember?
Oh, you
Legally,
couldn't hear it.
after certain, before certain times of the day,
Oh,
they weren't allowed to broadcast the audio.
Yeah.
It was some sort of decency law or some shit like that. But what they would do is they would just, I guess, pay a satellite radio station and then play that shit over. So they take a radio station that just plays instrumentals for Broadway mostly, Broadway scores and shit, and they just throw it on top of the porn. It's terrible.
You're right, because let me tell you something. I watched porn since I was a kid, probably maybe like 5 years old, and it wasn't until maybe I was like 11 that I got to see like a real hardcore porn, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is she screaming like that? Like
Right.
I thought she was getting hurt. I swear to God. My brother was
Really?
like,
That's what you thought?
I was watching it with Ann was like 13. He was like, man, that's what they do. What are you talking about? And I hear, oh. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I guess, like you said, the porn that I watched, you didn't have that. And they have that hardcore, you know, fuck me. You fucking
Oh, so you've
motherfucker.
seen so much crazy shit now that you're going back to where you feel like it's safe. Take me home again, Mo. Please. Like, I don't know.
I do have to say, look,
I don't blame you,
my new
but that's how
thing.
you feel.
Look, my new thing now. I'm not gonna front is I've found Instagram's girls OnlyFans. That's my new thing.
What you're watching OnlyFans?
Yeah, but it's only like one or two girls that I've been following.
You gotta pay for that shit.
Yeah, I've been paying.
You disgust me. You disgust me. I finally found one. I was wondering who the fuck pays for this shit. Now I'm looking at it.
No, but I gotta show you. Hold on. Let me show you.
Oh, I want everyone to admit who they pay for on OnlyFans. Now I think it's like more guys that
Well,
will admit to this.
one girl is free. Damn, I can't really.
That's how they get you. First one's free. Buy two, get one free.
We're on YouTube, so I can't really show this to you, but
Yeah.
yeah, because I can't really show any of this. But for example, like this is, you can't see much there, but she's free. Her profile is free. If you wanna watch the video, you gotta pay for it.
Well, of course. No one wants to watch the profile pictures. You want the video, so of course you're gonna pay for that shit. So it's not free. That's bullshit. So you pay for two OnlyFans accounts.
But then there's another girl. Like this girl, she's. I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture or something. Like, look at this. Look at this. This girl, I fucking love this girl, man. Look at her hips.
Ain't worth money to me.
Let me see. She's. Look at her butt, man. Look at that.
Damn
Bro.
hips. Damn ass. Man, that's not doing it for you. It's not helping your case, bro. You're paying for that?
I don't care, man. Yo, it's only.
Why don't you just go find one? Spend a few hours on.
It's only $10. It's only $10 a month.
Stop justifying it, bro.
I
Stop
spend more fucking.
your money.
I spend more money on fucking weed, bro.
Yeah, but you're spending it on pussy. That's the bad kind of pussy. The one that doesn't give you anything back. It's
No. This girl's no, but this is what happens. They put out deals at first. They'll tell you $3 for the whole month. So I'm like, all right. But then when the subscription is up, that's when they bump it up to like $35.
Yeah, that's how they know what they're doing.
And it's like, nah, no thank you.
Then you're getting out and you're going in for the free trial subscription like some fucking streaming hobo. You know, the people that look for streaming accounts. Oh, my 6-month trial's over. Or my 6-month discount's over. I'm switching to the other one. And they like start shopping around for free trials and shit. That's you. You're like eating at the Costco fucking freebie section, and they're like, "All right, you got to buy a box now because you ate too much." That's where you're at.
Walking around.
I'm just gonna find another place that gives me free food.
Could I try one? You already had one, sir.
You had one too many.
It's from my cousin.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, it's to each his own, but I still have to make fun of you for it because it's just I never met anyone that actually has an OnlyFans. But that, I know. Then again, I know I've never met anyone who fucking jerks off to anime, but they exist. So everybody exists. It's, you know, they're out there. So
hey, listen, man. The people who I feel like are worse are the people who actually pay for porn. The guys who actually pay for a premium subscription to YouPorn.
Why is that worse though? That's just about the same thing.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it is. It's a discount. You're getting all of the porn, all of the women for one low price, as opposed to one woman at one high price. Like, it doesn't make any sense what you're trying to say, bro. You're trying to justify this shit still. You're making a worse case for yourself.
This girl, I like the way she looks. And
so she's pretty much a waifu.
She's a Dominican.
You know what a waifu is? You know what a waifu is?
No, what's that?
A waifu is a Japanese word for wife.
The wife,
and there's there's a whole community of anime nerds who make these anime women, whichever of their choosing, their waifu, and are technically their wives.
Yeah, we spoke about it. We spoke about it on the podcast.
It's almost the same thing, except you're paying for a real life one.
We spoke about it on the podcast, and I was saying that I think I know somebody, and you were like, yeah, you know somebody in the family that has a waifu, and I'm like, yeah, I know somebody. I said it's two people that I could think of in the family that have a waifu.
Who's the other one?
One watches Toonami every Saturday for like 10 years.
Oh my God.
He used to be.
Sure, it's not your brother when he was 12.
No, he used to be. He used to be your roommate when you lived on. He used to be your roommate.
No, really, nah.
Yeah,
that guy.
When you lived upstairs. Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
He would never. No. He's definitely not the type. Not the type. No, you got that wrong. That forecast is wrong. And plus, I lived with the dude for like a year, so I know everything that they do.
How about the photographer?
Well, the photographer is a photographer. Think about that. Who are the most pervious people in the fucking world? Photographers? They invented the camera lens just so they can see up a chick's skirt. Like, I mean, he's a photographer, like I said.
It's true.
Yeah. But all right. We'll let that OnlyFans, the fact that you're paying for OnlyFans slide.
Only one. I only pay for one.
For now.
And it's every once in a while.
That's all right. You don't have to make your case any longer. It's already been made.
I don't have to explain myself to no one.
Maybe I might get an OnlyFans account now. The fuck? I don't even know who I would even go for. Like, I mean, yeah, I've seen chicks on fucking Instagram that's so fucking gorgeous and they got their OnlyFans. I still would not just pay. I still wouldn't pay for it. I would rather take their fucking face into Google Lens and have Google scan the entire internet for every porn that they're in. For every chick in the porn that looks like the chick.
What? You said what? Google Lens?
You can take Google Lens. I got like you can use Google Lens on your computer, but I have it on my phone. I got a Google phone. You take a sample picture of someone's face, and it'll find every instance of that picture or what comes close to it on the internet. So it'll pull the picture and similar looking pictures. So you see this chick you're into, it's like, oh my God, she's the most gorgeous woman ever. Take her face, scan it to Google Lens. I think I found the porn. There's someone similar as it, someone who looks similar as it.
Get the fuck out of here! I never even knew that.
Or as a matter of fact, if you're if you're digging if you're digging a certain look or a certain type of person, you just search. Those porn sites have gotten so good, and they have so much money now that you can just type in red hair, slim body, trashy tattoos, and you get that. Like, it'll just pop up. You'll get red hair, skinny body, trashy tattoos, and you'll get that same exact chick. So it's like, I don't see the point in paying for like an OnlyFans. It's just technology is so good when it comes to jerking off. It's just, you don't have to pay for anything.
Oh, they do have it for the iPhone, but it's called, I have to do Google Photos.
Oh, yeah, you have iPhone. That's right.
You download Google Photos, and then it has the lens inside the app. So
Yeah. You can use Lens there, but you can use it. I use it sometimes when I want to buy something, but I don't know what it is or what to call it. You just take a picture of what you want to buy, and it'll search all the shopping listings.
That's
and
crazy.
It's 90% accurate. 90%. Like even the door handle. I have a certain type of door handle. In this room, there's no lock and key on it, but I took a picture of it, scanned it through Google Lens, and it found me that same exact door handle with the lock and key. So I can replace it, exactly. So, that's why it's great. It's great for all kinds of shit. Also, you can call people out. You know what I was doing during the summer? I was taking pictures of anybody who came to the backyard. I would take a picture of their sneaker. They're like, why are you taking a picture of my sneaker? I want to see how much you paid for it. I would scan it and find out exactly what they paid for this sneaker, or if they paid like $30 or some bootleg shit, and just call them out. And I just start calling them out for their cheap ass fucking sneakers.
That's funny.
Like I took a picture of Victor sneakers that just showed up in Kmart listings, Walmart. It's like, oh, I paid $200 for this. Oh, did you? You just snap. It's great. I love technology.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it right now. I'm Googling. I'm Google Lensing her face. No results.
You probably don't know how to use the app right. Like you can even section off just that part of the face. I've gotten good with it.
I did. I sectioned off her face.
You catching the hair though. You got to get the face. Maybe the glasses don't help either, but I'm talking about skin. Only skin and face, as much as you can.
Ooh, you sound like fucking...
Skin and face, yeah.
You sound like fucking...
Skin and face, baby.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. Skin, face, bare bodies. You can find it all.
Bare bodies, Clarice.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well...
You get good with it, and you can find anything on that app.
Well, we have been podcasting for 2 hours.
Yes, it's time to go. It's almost midnight.
And yes, I have to work tomorrow. But let's do this again on Friday if you're available.
Yeah. Anybody show up in the chat room? I doubt it.
I think they had like one person looking at it, but it doesn't matter.
One person. That's us. That's you.
It's probably me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably you. But whatever. I don't. I just.
I like doing it because I like talking to you, and there's also is practice, and you got good.
I'm not on stage, so this is why I want to do it. I've been on. It's hard not being on stage the past year, so this is the closest thing I got right now. So, and I'll do the virtual open mics and shit. So those are shit. This is why I desperately want to do these, because I'm not on stage anymore,
Yeah.
or for the past year. So
Well,
I'll be on there soon, though. Now
yeah,
that I got
well,
the car.
we could definitely do this again Friday night, and you know,
Yeah, you
and
can make it a regular thing if you want. Every Friday.
sounds good, brother.
All right, man.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
everyone that is gonna watch this, or if you lasted this long, thank you for watching. Me and Elvin talk our crap over here. Elvin, you want to shout out any of your social media things?
Nope.
No.
To the one person.
You never know, man.
Nah,
It gets views afterwards. It gets like 10 views afterwards.
no, I'm good. Fuck everyone. Fuck y'all. Good night.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Where the hell's the music at?
All right, I'm out.
We're done. We're done. Peace
I'm
out.
done. Peace.
Peace.